All right, YouTube. So, it's that song, Gangster's Paradise? Yeah, this is Slacker's Paradise. No, it has not been Slacker's Paradise here in the hangar. So today, I carry this over. So I got all my parts and pieces together. So today, we are going to be doing some back riveting. We've got to get these stiffeners back riveted onto the skin. We also have to get the brackets riveted on to the ribs, stiffeners. I've got a nut plate here that needs to go on as well. I think it goes on right there. Or the other way, so we've got that to do. So we've got a lot to do today in the shop, just a lot. And then once we get done with that, we'll be able to start getting the second aileron. I finally got it right. The second aileron put together and riveted up, and then that will complete the ailerons, and then we'll move on to the flaps, which is basically the same process, just a lot bigger. Flaps are a lot bigger than the aileron. So yeah, so that's what we're doing today in the shop. Nothing major. Like I said, doing some back riveting. You guys see me do that before. You're gonna see me test out. I enlarged these holes just a little bit larger than the plans that give me some room to help take out some of the pillowing that happens in the skin. If you guys remember on the last aileron that I did, I had to take it apart and enlarge those holes a little bit to allow for the skin and all the pieces to kind of move, have a little bit more flexibility there, and then get themselves in alignment, and it'll take some pillowing out. I don't even have the pieces together, and you can see there's just, by nature of the way the skin is and stuff, there is a lot of pillow. I don't have anything in here yet, and you can see how the skin is puffed out based upon the alignment. So yeah, I will tell you that once we start riveting and getting the skin, it's amazing how much of the slack gets taken up. The skin is actually very loose. Once everything gets riveted together inside the jig, the skin is very loose. It will move. It just tells you how much spring these skins have. So, all right, so we got that to do today, and you guys know the routine. Plane's not going to build itself, so I got to get to work. All right, YouTube. So I've got the counterweight in, and as I suspected, by making these holes a little bit bigger and not tightening these screws down to let this counterweight kind of float, the pillowing, it's still got pillowing, but it's nowhere near what it was on the other piece when I did that one. So that works out really, really well. What I'm doing is that these are loose, so I can get a screwdriver. The way that the angle in which those are cut, I can get a screwdriver once I'm ready to lock it in, wedge that screwdriver in between the two nuts, and then use my long, that will actually stay there, and then use my really long screwdriver, and that will get in there, and that way you don't have to use that angle screwdriver, which is a pain in the butt. And then of course the edge over here is not an issue because it's right here and I can get to them. So yeah, so I drilled those holes out. So what did I do? I drilled those holes out just a tad bigger than normal. I screwed in the pieces to hold them, but not tighten them down. So it allows this piece to move a little bit in there so you can manipulate it, and then I clecoed it all up. So now what we got to do is rivet the skins to the ribs here, and then yeah, so that's what's next. And then when I'm done with that and everything's in place and I get everything adjusted to where I want it after putting the spar on, then I'll come back and tighten everything down and torque everything down to specifications. But yeah, that approach that I did worked out really well. Nowhere near the difficulty putting it together this time as I did on the other one. All right, YouTube. So there you go. We've got the bottom or the leading edge of the aileron riveted up. All the rivets are in. And now we are putting the skin, we're skinning it. And so yes, I've got every other one. Now, if you guys remember, I, on the last one, discovered that if you leave these brackets, so that's very important that you do this one first, it will allow you to get your squeezer in to squeeze these rivets here. If you have this in there, you won't be able to use your squeezer. So I left them off as instructed. So you do the top first, and then you can squeeze these brackets in, these ribs in here, and then you can go back and then put these brackets on and everything. So I found that that is one deviation from the plan. It worked really well on the other one. And same thing here, leave the bracket off so that way you can get your squeezer in there and get those squeezed. So that's it. But yeah, so I'm at a stopping point for today. I've got the skin on. I still got a rivet. As you can see, I got the clecos in and everything, but I'll come back and get those riveted. Give me something to do tomorrow. But what a day. Yeah, what a day. Oh, the popsicle stick is a great tool. You guys probably saw that in the video, but kind of use this to pull the skins back. It doesn't mar the skins, and it does a really great job allowing you to pull the skins back as you're clecoing in and putting the skins in between. So yeah, that's about it for today. If you got any comments, questions, concerns, of course, leave them in the comment section. I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. And like always, God bless.